we'll just. All right. Actually. Where this one? Hello. Okay. Killing me. Try this one first. Hey, how's it going? I decided I'm gonna do some cats today. If anyone has any suggestions, I will also take those. But for right now, cats. Weird cats, like this one. uh, get the nose going. Let's see. Got that. Kind of weird face. Hard to get that exactly. Got that. Let's see, I think it's. I'm gonna kill you guys. Yeah, that's probably a little closer to what it should look like. We can go ahead and merge that back down. Okay. Let's see. Let's actually jump down here. There we go. Lock that. Move this. It's a little closer to what I'm working with now. So there we go. Got that. So we've got this kind of comes out down there. So I mean, it's got really like a mane. I think it's a Maine Coon because it has that mane to it. They're pretty aptly named. We'll probably ignore that bottom part later. Right now we're working on just the general stuff here. He's not really a happy cat. He's kind of upset about something. Don't know what, but he's upset about something. Got his like whiskers going here. We'll have to worry about that in like the more finished parts. So it's got that, and this one kind of just like sits normal. So everything is kind of pulling off in this direction on this side of the face, on his face here. So everything on this side is slightly pulling. It's almost like if you split this down the middle, like better than that, like it's almost like normal on this side and all angry on the other side. It's weird, but I like it. That's why I chose the picture, because it's weird. Got this tweaked nose, mouth, eye on one side, which makes for a very interesting image. Those are the kind of things that make things fun to draw. Stuff like that. You got his like pattern up here. Got a pattern. We'll worry more about the pattern later, but yeah, they always have their like eyebrow whiskers too. Fun fact with cats, you don't ever want to clip their whiskers. It will mess them up for a very long time if you do that. And it's horrible, like, because you want to laugh at videos of stuff like that, but it's a horrible thing to do to a cat. Cut their whiskers. Like, it just throws everything off from their equilibrium when you do that. So I got like this sketch going. Maybe I can try let's try and work off this sketch there. See if I can't kind of get something a little some line work off of this. And oh, nope, can't draw on that level. And it would help if I change this color. There we go. That's better. Okay, so yeah, I'm drawing a cat, this cat in particular, right here. So I think I want a larger brush. That's better. I like that. That I can work with. Okay. And it still goes really light when I do a light brush. Okay. There we go. Just have to commit a little more, and that's hard, committing to a line. And all of this can be undone, erased, whatever. So like I have to get used to that, because inking traditionally there is no undo in that situation. There we go. That's closer. We're getting there. We're getting there. Almost. Oh, I think that might be it. That might be the one. Something like that. Going to come down here. We're going to adjust that one a smidge. Right now I'm just doing like a rougher outline. Like the general, like outside outline. I guess it's not a rough outline, because this is like my line art. So like I'll clean up some of these lines in a second a little better. That's the nice thing about this, is I can just digital work is nice in this way. It's just getting used to some of this stuff. Lines can be jittery for me in digital work, because I'm not used to having to be like decisive when I'm putting a line down. I know that's kind of weird to say, but in like traditional medium, I'm a lot more comfortable, and it's a lot easier for me to put a line down with confidence. Digitally is is a different story. Yeah. So let's see. Let's get back to some of this key features. So right here, there's like the ear comes and wraps a little. Yeah. Okay. And then let's start the nose. Is that, I mean, it comes up right there. And this one almost shoots straight back. I like, especially with animals, I like working with references. I don't ever like to trace, but especially like something that's alive that I don't normally draw, I like to go in with at least a reference image, if not multiple reference images, to kind of figure out, okay, like this is how that looks, this is how that looks. It helps me significantly when I have those those references to like inform me on something that I'm not familiar with. Um, and I'm not drawing like a lifelike cat. I mean, I am, but it's not. I'm not painting this to look exactly like that. I'm not going to do that. That's not something that I'm looking to do. Like all of my work is a little bit more lined and graphic than the actual um, creature that I would be working from. Uh, like, okay, so let's put the. So right now I'm just marking where I want that pupil to be. Mark the highlights as well. Okay, we'll go there because it's going to have that little crease. So again, this image is kind of interesting and funny looking just because it's got that half normal, half cocked to one side. So it kind of balls up on this side here, and it's kind of normal and like down on the other side. It's like something is pulling it in this direction. You got this wrinkle up here, and this eye is obviously closed a lot more than this one. Yeah. So that's what I'm working on right here. I got that. Let's see. Well, it should be a little more. Okay, so we want that to be like a little straighter, like that. There we go. Let's see. It's got like that little black lip thing going. Might have to move. Yeah, I have to move that up. See about that in a second. We've got one tooth there. We got these little bumps. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah, every once in a while, something in your throat. Okay. We got like a little, this little flap that forms right there on both sides that shows up. Yeah, we need to. Move that one back. Oop. I'll throw in throw in the little there. This one's kind of interesting. Normally I would like just throw in random tufts into the ear, but this one is far more significant when it comes to the tufts of hair that cover the ears. It just kind of jumps all over. So that's going to be an interesting, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to tackle that right now. I mean, there's like a clear, distinct setup hair down at the bottom, but there's also quite a bit of hair that comes out. We'll have to work on that at a different time. Let's get in closer. Get rid of some of that. Clean it up a little bit. Let's see. Okay. See, these are, I do these pretty quickly too, so they're not going to be perfect. There we go. That's a little better. Get that. Ditch that little artifact I made. Knock that line away. Want to make that thin. Really want to punch this a little bit more. Ditch the accidental lines. Clean up my line work a bit. Like I put some effort into this. Because I did. I take pride in my work. I like to make sure that everything looks nice. I mean, only having an hour to do something that I'd like to be finished is hard. So, yeah. We're getting a little bit better. Let's, yeah, do that. not what I meant. There we go. We should ditch that tiny little line. Let's thin this out. Shape this one. I have to look at what this looks like compared to the picture I'm working from. I want to think I want to move this up a hair, make that more dramatic. That's better. That's way better. I like that. Yes. Okay, then we'll drop that hair. Let's see. There we go. And having like little lines that are kind of out of place isn't a huge deal. In something with fur like this, it's not the end of the world. As long as you don't say anything, no one will know. Typically no one will know. I won't say no one will know, but most people won't notice, so long as you don't say anything. You just hit him with the, oh yeah, no, of course I meant to do that. Who are they to tell you that you weren't meaning to do something? They didn't make the art, you did. So, unless they were there when you were creating it and you just said, oh man, like I didn't mean to do that, they have no way to know you did. Like in my case, obviously you can watch it on video, so if I didn't mean to do it, you'll know. That's better. So I always like to do like a little tuft thing here in between the ears and stuff. This cat doesn't even have that, but I like to do that for my cats. Gives that hair look to stuff. Most people aren't going to be looking at your artwork this closely, so there's that. Like I'm probably wasting way too much time in detail work right now, honestly. Like it doesn't have gnarly fangs or anything. Just normal little cat fangs. And then little cat teeth. In between his cat fangs. And again, I think I might actually have to, yeah, slide all of that up a little bit for this one. So actually I'll do that right now. let's not do that. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, let's touch higher. Ditch some of that. There. Pretty close to what I'm looking for. Oh, duh. Merge those. There we go. So now I can erase that. So yeah, we're getting pretty close to like the end of that line work. I think then yeah, that's not. Let's see. Let's get rid of that stupid marker. I think that's tilted a little bit more than mine is. Quickly adjust that. Maybe slightly more. Shrink it a hair. Man. Let's shrink it down. Stretch it up a little bit. Almost. I think that's pretty close, and then I'll have to just redo it. And then merge. Okay. So let's see, and then I'm gonna have to kind of there. I'm kind of bringing that. Same with that side. Even though it's scrunched, I kind of want to put that bridge in there. Shows that everything kind of connects. It's scrunched, so it's pulling it up. All right. Let's see. And do kind of come down to almost a point. All right. So that's what we got so far. Now I think I'll move on to like a new layer. That's real quick. Let's erase all this marking crap. So for this layer, I'm gonna start putting in like the colors and stuff. Let's see what. I don't know. I really like this number 4 pencil. I've enjoyed the number 4 pencil. So I mean it's yeah, okay. So let's see. I think I want this for now. I want it under, and then I might do a layer that goes over it for some of those fine detail, like these hairs and the whiskers. I might go over the line work, but for right now I want this underneath. And this gives me that base quote unquote white. It's not white, obviously, it's an off-white, but it's going to be my white for this cat. Hit the bridge of the nose with this reddish orange. This is pretty arbitrary at this point. I think there's a hint of that reddish orange around there. Tiny bit there. I'll hit it with this grayish at the top, and it comes down a little bit. Got some going there. Lighten it a hair. Put it under the eye. A little bit of that. I wonder, I think I have fur brushes actually. Yeah. Wonder if these would be good. Fur, I don't want wavy fur, short fur, sparse, thick fur, wisps. See, I don't want it to like go in different directions. Maybe that one. Let's see. Let's see what we end up with on this. That's better, actually, I think. Kind of gives, yeah, a fur look to it. Just kind of go through and hit. And real quick, we'll just hit this whole thing back. 1 second. Hit that. We'll make a dense little section of these fur balls. The ones I found already. There. Okay, so then I'll go in and I'll just blast this. All with the number 4 in that white again. Worry about cleaning all that junk up later on the outside. That I'm not worried about right now. Okay, so we're back on the wavy fur and we're gonna hit it with this dark patch here. This is like a pretty, I think this is a pretty good way to like blend out the stuff you want to. Like that's nifty little, like I can concentrate it in certain places. And again, I'm gonna clean up the outside of this when we're done kind of working on it. Got that. We can also kind of just use it for some of the other color. A little bit. We can kind of use it for the other stuff. We can kind of, now we can kind of come in and knock that back if we wanted. Let's see, we got some gray that comes in there. We'll knock it back a bit with this. Kind of gives it that look. I mean, it's not the greatest thing ever, but I think it's a little better than what we were doing before. I think it makes it look a little nicer. And then we'll come in and we'll do the markings. Hello. We'll kind of throw it down here. Let's look at these fur brushes. There we go. Straight fur. That's kind of annoying. Okay. So the direction it puts it down is opposite the direction I'm moving, which can be a little bit frustrating. That's not exactly how I would want that to be put down, but we can do that. Once I know that, that makes it a little easier. So now that I know it's putting it down in this opposite direction that I'm moving my pencil, I've got that I know that's going on, so I can do this. Like so. I mean, this is kind of just got that. It's almost like you're taking a pencil over something like a etching, and it's showing up on the paper. It's kind of what that reminds me of. Grainy texture, what are you? I don't know. First, oh, it's a first smudge brush. Filler brush. Nope, that one. And some of these are not. They'd probably show up better if I had a dark there. Okay, so that's really light. That is not. So that's more like what I want for here, that tight pattern, because the hair on the bridge of the nose is going to be much tighter and lighter than the rest of this. So hit that like that. Yeah, that's better. And then we can hit it back with this one to bring that color back, but keep that texture that I want it. Oops, straight fur. Hit this real quick. Let's see. Straight. Yeah, that's probably not going to work for what I'm trying to do. Whatever. Wiry fur clump. No. So going back to like the straight. And we're going to hit some black. There. Okay, so we just, let's see, let's zoom in and double check. So it kind of comes from that edge of the eye. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Definitely not my favorite thing in the world. Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably not be using fur brushes. Dun, dun, dun. I think it's probably easier to use something like this where it goes in the direction that you want it to. Honestly. Yeah. Um, yeah. I don't know. I'm not in love with this thing, honestly. Um, let's go back up here and just throw in gonna uh, why am I? Let's real quick. Let's just make a new layer. There we go. Since I'm almost done with this stream, just gonna throw in these, and I can tone them down in a second. Well, then we'll grab white. Just, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, so that's why I'm on that ink pen. Derp, 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 derp. Throw this down. Some of this down. Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Drop that. So that's on that layer? That's weird. I don't remember. Well, okay. Whatever. Yeah, okay. Freaking. Why did it jump all the way to the bottom like that? That's super weird. Yeah, let's smudge some of this. Or blur it, I guess, is what this is doing. Let's undo the blur, actually. I want to smudge the back over here. Yeah, this isn't going the right way. Man, I really gotta work on that. Fur is hard. Fur is real hard, guys. I don't like fur. Should have done like a hairless cat. Stitch. All right. Well, we are gonna call this in a second. Because there's not a whole heck of a lot more that I can do confidently when it comes to dealing with this. I was like, what is that? We'll just ditch that for right now. Okay. Got that. It's like a purple. It's interesting. All right. Let's see. Yeah, patterns. Awful. Awful, 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 awful. Just terrible to draw for me. Man, really, really messes with your head sometimes. Like, I know I'm not a bad artist, but stuff like this just kills me. just stings a little bit when you can't make things happen like you want them to. I'm just gonna blast this white off white. Don't love this. Don't love it, don't love it, don't love it. But gotta at least get something shaded. This is a rough one. I thought maybe I could do the pattern and everything, and I cannot do it. I'm having a tough time with this cat. I wish I had the skill and ability to do exactly what I wanted to with this, and I just don't. And I've come to that realization an hour into this, basically. Not super happy with that, but it is what it is at this point. I appreciate people popping in and seeing what I'm doing. Anyone has any suggestions on future attempts at stuff like this, I would be more than willing to listen to that. I'd be happy to take advice. Let's make a, well, it's almost a highlight color, so I should probably actually not what I meant to do. Take it there's no suggestions then on how to improve that. I know there's a lot of artists out there who can do patterns for cats like no problem. I wish I knew how to do that. Fortunately, I do not, and that has crippled my ability today. Let's see. Let's hit it with this. There. It's a little warmer. Finish this thing up. Get this sucker done. I think I might have to stick to like hairless cats for a while. Next time I try this. So this is going to be like my mid-tone. I'm going to hit it with some shadows and then highlights, and we'll see where we're at. Then we're going to have to call it a day. Lighten this up. There. Lighten the brim, bring that over there. Oop, nope, 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 nope. That's what I wanted. Oh wait, no. That. Zoom it in. Then we're going to shrink that down a bit. Let's see. I'm just kind of putting in highlights and shadows, seeing what I end up with. Not in love with this. I tried to do patterning from the reference image, and it kicked me in the groin. I'm not even going to mince words. It destroyed me. It did not go anywhere near how I envisioned it. Hurt my pride a little bit there. Not gonna lie. Stings a tiny bit. Probably more than a tiny bit, actually. Just sucks because get this stuff in your head, and as an artist, like that's what you want it to be, and then it doesn't always work out. Sometimes you got to roll with the punches, and this time I got to roll with the fact that I just can't do what I was thinking I could. It's not always the case. Sometimes I surprise myself, and I pull off something I didn't think I could. Today is just not that day, unfortunately. But we roll with the punches, and we move on to the next thing. And the next thing is at least get some shadows and highlights and get something done. And that I could do. So that's where we're at right now on this one. Is we're at the, I can't just drop it and not do anything, but I can't do what I thought I could do in the beginning. So we're going to have to adjust, change course, and get something done. That's the idea here. So I could make something that I can be proud of, even though it didn't turn out the way I had intended it to. So there we go. I appreciate everyone who turned out to watch. Hopefully I will see you on Monday. That's my next stream. Be nice to see people come out, see what's going on. I'm open to suggestions on what I should draw. I just happen to have something in mind today, so this is what I was working on. But I am always open to your suggestions, what you want to see drawn, because it's more fun that way. I think it's a lot more fun when people have their ideas heard, what they want to see. And I'm here because I want to improve, and if I take suggestions, then there's things that I'll try that I've never even thought about trying before. So yeah, feel free to put a suggestion in the comments on YouTube. Xbox Party, what's up? Swedish reggae. I like reggae. Swedish, I don't know if I've heard any Swedish reggae, but I like reggae. Xbox Party. Taco. I did a taco a while ago, actually, yeah. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, got that. There we go. I have absolutely no idea what that is. Oh, the trying. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Oh, hosting. Cool. Never been hosted before. That. This little highlights. Actually, I'll hit this side too. Let's see. Um, I don't know. Because I'm streaming and I'm like to multiple places at once, and one of them is YouTube, and it keeps all of my videos. The only problem is if I'm not using the music that I'm using currently, which is free use, then they'll flag me and they'll mute everything. So that's the only problem when I'm multi-streaming. Is they might, yeah, just mute my entire video, or they'll at least find the sections that aren't, and then it's just a bunch of drawing and no talking. And people, I mean, there's not a whole lot of people that watch them anyway, but I'm just starting. Yeah. So that's why I use this generic kind of music. So my apologies on that. It's one of the unfortunate things about like trying to get to as many people as possible. I don't really get to play like music. Oh. Sorry, I can't play better music. Wish I could. Let's see, what do we got? Okay, so now let's go through and clean this up a bit. I think this is where we're cutting out today on this lovely cat. And I pulled this image off of Google, so I don't really know whose picture it is. I should probably check and see if I can find out. But I like the expression on it. That's why I started using this one. And then I wanted to do as accurate as I could with the colors, but that did not happen. Those colors, like mixing stuff like that, I am not advanced enough with my digital work to be trying that, and it showed quickly. That I was not ready. clean this up. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I appreciate you stopping in and following and all of that. I will be here Monday at 11 uh, Pacific Daylight Time. I don't know. It's like daylight savings time here, so I've actually gone over my normal time by like 30 minutes actually, basically. So this is the finished piece. There's the reference. So I appreciate everyone stopping in, and I hope to see you next time. Yeah, it's been a blast on my end, and I hope you guys had fun. Well, checking out what's going on. So yeah, I appreciate the follow and the host. And sorry I can't play better music for you guys, just because of the circumstance that I'm simultaneously multi-streaming to different platforms, and YouTube is one of them. So free use music it is. I don't know, but I will see you guys next time. And till then, have a good one, man.